Well, welcome to Portland.
Oh man, so good to be
And it's
here.
Mr. Larkins. I said Larkin.
That's it. There's an S.
I forgot the S, so I
It's all
apologize.
good. No, it happens sometimes.
Ryan Larkin, who I found out this morning, is a Canadian animator.
Okay, yeah, he is. I've found him before too. Yeah,
I made it 15 minutes into the prep before I went. This
Yeah.
is not the guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Not even close, but close. You know.
This is a funny story because this is where I wasn't going to tell Ryan backstage, but I went down a dark rabbit hole last night on Instagram, and I was like reading this whole story. I'm like, he's from Canada? I don't remember that. And then I started thinking, and then I like, okay, I got to Google this image. I'm like, yeah, that's not the guy. That's not him. It's definitely not him. So I got stuck in that. And then I found your page, and my wife was like, are you coming to bed? I'm like, I'm doing homework. I got to get some stuff done.
That's so funny.
And I spent probably an hour on your Facebook, Instagram, all your stuff. And I got to say, you are one hell of a great man for your kids.
Oh, man, thank you for saying that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
What's he do that's so special?
You know what? Listen, Jake and I are both dads, and I'll be honest with you, his kids are younger than mine, and my kids have no ambition to do what I do. They love the music. That's the one thing that they love. Jake's kids are in baseball, swimming. I don't think they have any ambition to do radio as well.
They barely even understand it.
Don't want to push them in that direction, but I love what you do with your kids because I saw the one you were singing in Christmas songs with your son.
Oh yeah.
And
We
you guys
love
had this great Christmas hat on,
Yeah.
and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, is this something that you want to push them in? Because that was one of my questions. You're the dad, like, I'm going to let them do what they want to do.
Sure.
But on the other hand, I know what this business is like, and they might enjoy it. And it looks like that they do. Or are they just because they're just your best friends?
It's kind of a mix of all of it. I don't want to push music on my kids, but music is probably the greatest gift that I've been given in this life. And so whenever we do sit around the table and sing songs, I mean, it's an amazing opportunity to bond with my family. And so that's really what it's been. And then I've just noticed, especially my middle one, which he's a music critic, and I mean he picks my songs apart. But
Does he? Okay.
Yeah, man, like that first song that I just did,
American Dream.
He was coloring a picture the other day, and he looked up and he said, "Dad, you're getting pretty good at this thing." And I was like, "Man, that's a huge compliment. Thank you." And he was like, "Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, that song right there is probably like a 7." And I was like, "Come on, man! I know this song is a 10 out of 10." And he was like, "No, it's a 7, and 7 is really good because the ones you've been doing lately are like 2s, 3s, and 4s."
Oh, ouch! Yeah.
So, but
You're
but
like, go to your room.
Right. Yeah. Just ripped up his Spider-Man picture. Said that was a 2. No, but he sings all the time, and so he's kind of my guy. And my little girl too. She's very musical.
Are you picking up instruments, or
she
not
kind of
that
picks
they're going to
up
replace you guys?
Well, yeah, she. I got her like a little ukulele. She'll play that a little bit, and then she's found this harmonica, which I've hidden from her because she just follows me around with it. But
that's funny.
Yeah,
I love it. And as a dad, like I aspire to be a cool dad with my kids, and I know Jake does too because he's playing baseball with the kids. And it's sometimes my wife yells at me because like you can't be their best friend all the time. So do you find it hard some days, like when they're playing basketball with you, you're like, that's the coolest dad ever, right? That's our ambitions,
right?
But there's times when you have to like yell at them and you feel bad. I always feel bad.
Who's the heavy in your house?
We kind of take turns. I think it's important, to not be the one who's always like giving that critical feedback. And so usually my wife and I both, we kind of split it up. And I try to, I'm not home much. So when I'm home, I try to really make it count and not be that guy who's always getting on to the kids. But there's always a way. I try to be wise about it and just if I need to correct somebody, I try to do it with love.
That's good. That's good. I noticed also last night, I learned so much about you. I think this is just fantastic because we have a sense in common with our grandparents.
Okay.
You're a son of a preacher man.
Yes, sir.
And your grandma, Nanny.
Oh, yeah.
Love Nanny. Love her. She drove a black Mustang. She smoked Virginia Slims.
That's right.
Was she more of an influence for you, or was it your dad?
Both, actually.
The church.
I love, like growing up, I loved singing hymns in church. That's like my favorite. That's still my favorite style of music.
Okay.
It's gospel music. But I would hang out with my grandmother. Like we would go over there, my sister and I, and like we didn't have a TV growing up at all. And so she would just turn the TV on, and like she was like, "That's a cartoon. It's fine." And it was like The Simpsons, and it was like Beavis and Butthead. And I would, and she'd be like out on the patio smoking. I'd go out there and be like, I don't think this is good. I don't think this is. And she's like, "It's fine. It's a cartoon. Go back in there." And so, yeah. So
because she was outside smoking, she didn't want you to see that. That's what it was about.
Yeah.
That's funny. I love that. I just had
hold on. Son of a preacher man.
Yes, sir.
Grew up in Nashville.
Nashville, Tennessee.
There
yes,
was
sir.
no plan B for you at all, right? This was.
Well, I
this
mean,
had to be where you were going the whole time.
That's what's crazy. Like, I didn't really listen to country music at all till I was probably 20 or 21. I grew up on gospel music, and I always loved music, but I kind of thought, maybe gospel is the way to go. And then, I mean, I got a record player and started just falling in love with classic country, like Don Williams, Randy Travis, Merle Haggard, those good, and those storytellers. That's what I love, those great stories in country music. So
it's awesome.
I fell in love and just started playing everywhere, and
That's great. I love that, and I love the older country because I am a traditionalist. I love 90s country. I love the old stuff. I know you do too. I noticed that you got to go to a concert a couple weeks ago because not many people know this. I didn't know this till last night, actually. You co-wrote "The Painter" with Cody Johnson.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fantastic song.
Oh, thank you. Thank y'all.
And you're also can we officially say that you're like a Grammy-nominated songwriter because you helped Bill Anderson?
I'm not sure how that works, but something like that.
Just go with it.
All right, I'll go with
it. Don't
argue.
argue.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Just go with it. I mean, not many people can say that, right?
That's pretty crazy.
And that's pretty cool. And I thought that was awesome. So I just love the look on your wife's face when you guys were showing. Somebody shot the video. I don't know who shot the video of you at the Bridgestone Arena with Cody, and it was one of the fastest sellouts at Bridgestone Arena for Cody Johnson ever. In fact, he now holds the record. But the look on your wife's face was just beaming with such pride when everybody was singing that song. So what was the moment? What were you feeling when you're hearing everyone sing your song at that moment?
I probably get choked up talking about it, honestly. My wife means so much to me.
Yeah,
she really does. And I don't know. It was just like I thought back to the jobs that I've worked, and she encouraged me to quit. She was like, "Look, you need to just go in tomorrow, quit your job, and we're going to take a step of faith, and I believe in you, and
That's awesome.
I believe the right door is going to open for you." And so I just remember quit my job, and a few months after that, I signed my first publishing deal.
Wow.
And so I thought about all of that, and it was just an amazing experience. Really.
What's the middle kid think of The Painter?
Well, at first he thought it was a 7.
And then when Cody got it?
The best thing was, like, they did the CMA Awards when there's this painting behind.
Yeah,
and
that was cool.
I was in a hotel room watching that.
Okay.
And so I called my son, and I was like, "Hey, what you think about that 7 on the CMA Awards?" But no, it was so fun.
That's awesome. What were you doing before country music and radio?
I feel like I've done just about every odd job that's imaginable. But one time I was working, I was working as a tour guide at the Fontenelle Mansion, which is Barbara Mandrell's old home. And so I would just, I'd walk around, play classic country songs, and I met all these people, and I learned really through that job, how music speaks, and it's a great communicator. And I fell in love with classic country music even more, playing those songs for all these people walking through the house, and it was just so much fun. And it's just amazing everything that's happening right now. And I look back quite a bit, and I'm thankful for the process. I'm thankful for the journey, and I think about the next step and what 5 years from now this is all going to look like. And I'm so blessed, and I'm so thankful. I wake up every day, and I thank God that I have the opportunity to do what I love.
I gotta honestly tell you that I feel a little bit robbed because we hear it all the time in country music, like growing up in the church and gospel music. I feel like I never got that as a kid growing up. Like, we didn't have it in Southern California when I was growing up, or I maybe it's here. I don't know. I haven't ventured to see it, but I want to go to Nashville, and I want to go to a gospel church because I want to spend the whole day there and just sing.
Sure.
It's a feeling, and it just gives you that sense of, I don't know, for me, a sense of relief when I hear music. It just, it comes out of the body that most people can explain, that just makes them feel good. And I want to experience that once, and I'm sure you've done it quite a few times.
Absolutely. Nothing like it.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to know you just really quick, and a couple quick questions. What is your favorite random fact?
I don't know. What's my favorite random fact? What, give me a little bit more.
well, I was thinking of like a random fact would be like, did you know that the nostril hair has 600 different things? Weird. Where did I go with nostril hair? What was that about?
I've got nothing. I promise. Okay. I'm sorry.
We'll pass
I'm sorry. I don't even know.
Ready, go? Favorite food?
You know, I like Italian food, but Mexican food is probably my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love that one.
Chips and salsa.
Favorite holiday? Chips and salsa. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Favorite holiday?
I like Christmas.
Okay.
It's stressful sometimes, but it's
the biggest softball question in the world. It's Christmas, dude. Everybody likes Christmas.
Yeah. And
True.
my birthday. I like my birthday too.
Yeah. Who doesn't love a birthday, right? and did you play basketball at one point?
That's what I know, but I've gotten better. Like I'm better now than I've ever been.
So you got to go follow him on his social pages, like Instagram. He was making basketball shots while singing like favorite movie themes from the kids.
Yeah.
Your kids are great basketball players.
We play all the time.
I was like, he threw like a 40-foot shot like Steph Curry would do, and I was like, he made that basket look so easy. It was crazy. All right, finish the question. I have the most collection of
guitars, which I'm ashamed of, but yeah.
Don't be ashamed.
Yeah, guitars.
How many you have?
Yeah,
I don't even know. I quit counting and I started hiding them. Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to find one in the closet in 10 years ago. What was this one?
Exactly.
It's funny. All right, and we're talking about like some of the older artists, Randy Travis, Don Williams, and those guys. Favorite cover song you've ever done?
Oh, that's tough. I love Silver Wings by Merle Haggard. I just think that's such a classic country song, and I love Merle so much. So that's probably.
Can we add that to the playlist today, or one of your favorite covers?
Let's do a little bit of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's introduce the band too.
Yes,
Let's
we got
the band.
Jacob Rice right here from Nashville, Tennessee. He's such a great singer, songwriter, guitar player. Yeah.
And Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony Quirk over here on the drums. He's the man. Yeah.
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 Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Ryan Larkins and the band.
Yeah.
Anthony and Jake.